of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. They've got Whitmore. Brooks is out there with Jalen Green. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Thompson in at the 4 spot. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Buries it from three-point range.
And Conley is just so unselfish. He's very willing to give the ball up if it means setting up a teammate.
Out to the right wing. And a wide open look for Whitmore. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Inside, Randall finds Edwards. And another 3 for Minnesota.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Green.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green, Skip Collins became the number 2 overall pick of the draft. And that's really changed the landscape.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. And the Timberwolves with possession here. It's a 3-point game. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Knocks it loose.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
Stolen by Michael Conley. And finished off by McDaniel.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Back to Edwards. This one for 3. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, my goodness. The athleticism of Anthony Edwards on full display.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Lets it go from the wing. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Steps back. Green kicks to Thompson. Back to Green. Brooks with a screen on Conley. Pass to Whitmore. 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Gobert pulls it in.
That's an unwise shot. I'm sure coach and teammates would have preferred he swing the ball for a better opportunity.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. Not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Pass to Whitmore. Another miss by Houston. Minnesota leading by 10. Edwards with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Now here's McDaniel. Gobert the pass to Conley. Gobert with a screen for Conley. Out to Edwards. A 3-ball. Rockets with the rebound. Now here's Brooks. Green inside the three-point line. The Rockets with another miss.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And Cam Whitmore picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution on court.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Thompson dishes to Green. Pass to Smith. Back to Green. Smith outside. And McDaniels with the block. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Steven Adams is out there with Jabari Smith. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard. Smith sets the pick for Eason. Back to Smith. Fires from deep. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Timberwolves leading by 10. Edwards drives in.
You better get out of the way. So much power from Anthony Edwards on that drive. Look out.
Eason passes to Adams. Outside Holiday. Over to the wing. Eason gets a wide open look. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Eason's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Rockets. A 3 for DiVincenzo. And he's good on the 3-ball. DiVincenzo's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Smith. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Eason against Conley. Here's Alexander Walker. Off target from outside. Rockets trail by 9. Eason passes to Smith. Back to Eason. Pass to Shepard. Smith with it. 4 on the clock. Smith sets the pick for Eason. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Eason's got 6 in the quarter.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Edwards. Edwards going all the way.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Eason, a screen on Reed. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Smith. Pass to Reed. Conley with a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, someway, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat. And it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Edwards. And a switch here also for Houston. Tate's checked in. And here are the Rockets now. They're on a 15-5 run. From past the arc. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Tate's only got the lead up to 1 now for Houston. Pass to DiVincenzo. Beyond the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. DiVincenzo's got a pair of triples in the second now for Minnesota.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Back to Whitmore. Fires the three. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Timing and athleticism. That's how Thompson won himself the second opportunity.
Conley kicks to DiVincenzo. Launches it. The Rockets pull it in. Bombed up there for Thompson. Outside, Green. Here's Whitmore. Misses the three.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Knocked loose. Stolen by McDaniels. Conley finds McDaniel. DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Conley. Picked by Randall. It could go. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Conley and Edwards are the guards. McDaniels is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the center, filling out the middle. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Whitmore. Minnesota with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Edwards with it. Out of that was a strong dunk.
Nice.
How about Anthony Edwards? The bounce. Go ahead, Ant.
Here's Green. Pass to Şengün. Now Whitmore takes a three. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Sweet move, and Edwards slams it in.
How about that handle? The triple drive by Anthony Edwards, so tough.
And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. lets it go with the three. Rockets with the rebound. Whitmore with it. 7 points in the game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. From deep, Green. Green missing again.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
Such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Edwards got 9 points here in the second half. Green deciding where to go with it. Outside, Green. Green with a screen for Whitmore. And it's Brooks in the corner. Takes it inside. And it's Whitmore missing.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Randall a screen on Brooks. Bucket is good. Edwards got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Anthony Edwards just reading what the defense giving up. Gets to his mid-range game right there.
1:15 left to play in the third. Out to Brooks. Back to Green. And some nice passing there by Houston. Brooks, the pass to Green. Fires the three. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Randall from outside. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. It's an 8-point differential. From deep, Green connects from three-point range. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Three-pointer, Randall. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 5 assists tonight.
Oh, my goodness. What a response by Randall. Yes, you can make a three. So can I.
Oh, Edwards.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Offensive rebound. Şengün, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Edwards against Brooks. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Anthony Edwards has got a well-rounded offensive game. He can put it on the deck and draw contact. Shows you right there.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Edwards drops them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Here's Edwards. He knocks it down. The third quarter is over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up.
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We'll return shortly. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's Holiday in at the 2. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Latrey. Rebound, Minnesota. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Here's Adams, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Well, simply stated, Steven Adams is a force to be reckoned with rebounding the basketball.
Here's Reed. Hands it from downtown. Reed's got the lead up to 12 now for Minnesota.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Minnesota. Conley now comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker finds Edwards. Back to Alexander Walker. Pass to Adams. Here's Shepard. Smith on the wing. Guarded by Reed. 6 on the shot clock. Smith the pass to Eason. Out to Smith. 3-pointer. Second chance shot. And no problem from Eason as he finishes at the rim.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Minnesota again turning it over.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Rando comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Van Vliet, here we go. Adams sets the pick for Van Vliet. Pass to Shepard. Shot from the wing. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Edwards. Now here's Gobert. Over Smith. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And Adams has got the ball here for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 7. Pass to Smith. Shepard with the ball. Launches a 3. Gobert with the block.
Boy, whenever Gobert is out there, he will make you think about shooting near the rim. This guy's such a good shot blocker.
Minnesota leading by 7. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist in the game. And Adams with the slam.
Boy, Adams showing a bit of quickness on the drive. Fantastic athleticism for a guy his size.
Edwards against Eason. McDaniels. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
He's got such a smooth release on catches.
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
Van Vliet finds Eason. Kicks it out to Van Vliet from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Minnesota.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Anthony Edwards.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Conley kicks to McDaniels. Randle from outside. Kept alive. It's Edwards on the wing. Here's the 3. Drills it from outside. Edwards got 34 points.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Here's Gobert. Can't connect. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up.
runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
A look at the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the 3. And it's Holmgren missing.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Randall deciding where to go with it. No good from outside. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. We were talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility at both ends. And Coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
Allie, thank you.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
And he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor, love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value-utility guy.
The shot by Conley, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Pass to Holmgren. Stolen by Conley. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Gobert inside. He's against Hartenstein.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Gilgeous-Alexander is so assertive on the drive, confident at finishing through contact.
McDaniels passes to Gobert. Over Williams. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Pass to Hartenstein. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets the 3 to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7.
Outside, inside, in between, doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Fades away. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by McDaniels.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Hartenstein. It's blocked by Gobert.
Love the way Gobert goes after shots. He blocks quite a few and alters many more.
The rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City trailing. Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. And that one's good from Conley.
Nice to see Conley receive the dime for once. He's normally the one dropping dimes.
Shot from the wing. And the jumper is on the mark. He's got 9.
The size advantage gives him a nice, clean look from mid-range.
Conley passes to Edwards.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. McDaniels covering. Randall against Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Williams from long range drops in the 3.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort. From about 19, that one drops for him. And that'll tie this game up.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Anthony Edwards. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. They've got Williams. Alex Caruso is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Wallace in at the 2. Here's Alexander Walker, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's Caruso with the ball for the Thunder. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso, a screen on DiVincenzo. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
The drive by Wiggins. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Ryan, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. DiVincenzo can't hit. Thunder with a lead. Wallace outside. There's the triple. The offensive rebound. Three-pointer. Sinks the tray. Wallace has gotten his second bucket on the night.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
DiVincenzo, pass to Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. Here's Minot. The three-pointer off the mark. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. Now here's Wallace. Tight defense on him. Caruso finds Williams. Here's Wiggins. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gobert comes in for Minot, and Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Wallace. Wiggins passes to Hartenstein. Over Gobert, and he sinks the 11-footer. And it's a 9-point Thunder lead. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there, and I think it's a good problem to have, quite honestly, B.A. I mean, that's also, I think, where coaching and analytics comes into play. Trying to keep track of what approach is going to work best for you.
This is intelligent basketball. forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Mitchell's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Crafty move. Hartenstein hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Hartenstein's gotten his second bucket of the game. For three, Randall. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Timberwolves trail by 13. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
For three, Conley. Connects from downtown. Conley's got 6.
Nice, sweet lefty stroke from Mike Conley. Has really worked on that part of his game.
The 3-ball. Caruso misses. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting around 35% from the field so far. Knocks down the triple.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
17 seconds left in the second quarter. Wiggins outside to the middle. Caruso, the pass to Wiggins. Takes the 3. And Caruso, good for 3. And the Thunder lead by 10. There's 6 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Out of bounds, it'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
That's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ending the quarter up 10. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. Look at Gilgeous-Alexander sprinting to the cup.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
Conley with the ball, and it's Dort picking him up. Gobert passes to Edwards. The Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now. Williams from long range. Randall pulls down the board. Timberwolves trail by 11. Edwards for 3. They get it again. Using the size. Gobert.
This is what the team relies on Gobert for, clearing the glass and finishing the play.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniels. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein to the inside. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander on the assist from Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15. Outside Edwards. Gobert finds Edwards. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. And now the T-Wolves on the break. For three, Conley. Here's Gobert. Another shot. The shot won't fall. Great D that time from Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's picked up by Conley. From deep, Holmgren. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch it, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Williams, and Williams punches it home.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Oklahoma City shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Anthony Edwards. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Wallace comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams from long range. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Timberwolves trail by 14. Fires the three. And Conley with the three. Conley's got 9.
Stop and pop. Conley dangerous everywhere.
Wallace, right side. DiVincenzo with a steal. Outside, Alexander Walker. Off target with the three.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Caruso. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Caruso's got his second basket.
He's such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better. Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
DiVincenzo with a steal. Pass to Conley. It's 2-on-1. Stolen by Caruso. Here's Williams. Wallace outside. Outside, Williams. And here's Caruso outside. Pure from three-point range. Caruso's got 5 points now this quarter. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with an impressive 16-point lead. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the court for the Thunder, they've got Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace out there with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Aaron Wiggins, and it's Jang in at the 5. Caruso finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Drops one in from the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 19 points.
Sweet-looking jumper from the mid-range. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander just making it look easy.
From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Launches it. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
He drops it from range.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
Reed for 3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
From the wing, And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands this team wants him to be aggressive on offense. Love watching him go to work.
Snatched away. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. The three. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Alexander Walker. Jang pulls it in. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. And here's Caruso outside. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 5th assist in this one. Reed for 3. The shot misses. Thunder leading by 23. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. A little mid-range shot is up. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Reed's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Edwards, here we go. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to be on Alex Caruso. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Garza. Randall comes in for Reed. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. For Minnesota, they've gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this 4th quarter to fall. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Wallace, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Williams, high post, working on McDaniels. Williams, a screen on Edwards. Pass to Joe, puts up a 3. The shot comes out. Timberwolves trail by 21. Edwards with it. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Back to Conley. Now Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots a fadeaway. They grab their own miss. Here's Gobert. Tried to fade back there, but it's off the mark. Oklahoma City leading by 21.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Thunder.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
That one goes in.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Wiggins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Caruso comes in for Wallace.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
And here's Minnesota now. Gobert with it. Lays it up and banks it in.
It's too easy for him when he's that close. The defense has to put a body on Gobert inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. Lets it go from deep. Off target. And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. A statement road.
trenches, each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. Now here's Holmgren. Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Gilgeous. Alexander is so dangerous in these pick and roll sets.
Whitmore with it. Drills the three-pointer.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Got that one up quick.
And I love the competitive edge Holmgren plays with, coming right back with his own triple.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Green. That one falls. Green's got his second bucket.
Look, I don't care if Green is shooting from outside or in the paint close. This man finds a way.
Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Clock at 4. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Now here is Smith. The quick look, no good that time.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with the screen on Green. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Şengün with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now Green, after the missed 3 from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Smith. And a wide open look for Whitmore. Good on the 3-point shot. Whitmore's got 6 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Oh, here we go. Şengün's got the fast break chance.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong defender.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Smith dishes to Thompson. It's deflected. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Nobody near Williams. Drains the jumper to finish the break.
What awareness from Gilgeous-Alexander on the defensive end. Finds a steal and starts a fast break.
RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Flows the alley-oop jam. The drive by Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's up a 3. Drops in the tray. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Out to the right wing. At the top of the key, Thompson. Houston moving it around. Şengün finds Whitmore. Houston needs to get a shot. Şengün with a wide open look. They get a hand on it. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Hartenstein can't get it to go.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Thompson passes to Green. Back to Thompson. Here's Smith. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Jason Wallace is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams at center. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. We thank you for the report. And Adams with the slam.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
On the wing, Wallace from downtown. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 assists in the game. Three-pointer, Brooks. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
We're real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain the triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
They get it again. Adams. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Adams has got his second basket.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day. Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Eason gets a wide open look. No good on the three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Caruso. No good with the triple. Rockets trail by 5. Here's Holiday. Pass to Brooks. Now Eason. Back to Brooks. Here's Adams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Adams has got 6 here in this quarter. RJ, one league rule that has gotten a lot of attention. Carrying the basketball.
Oh, these guys carry the ball at a ridiculous rate. Even Allen Iverson used to do it, and then eventually he took it out of his game. But yeah, the referees could clean it up a little bit, I'll be honest.
Nice shot by Wallace.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Brooks, the pass to Van Vliet. Holiday sets the pick for Van Vliet. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. Second shot opportunity. Adams outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries again. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. You talk about reputations, RJ. Few have one like Dillon Brooks.
I'll give it to this man. He is fearless. He doesn't care if it's Steph, LeBron, his mom, whoever. Dillon is trying to get in their head. You want guys like that on your side. Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And they're pushing it up. Adams' shot is off. The Thunder leading by 3. Wallace outside. And he drives in. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Chad Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Jalen Williams is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Mitchell in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
The defense gets physical with Green inside, so he uses his agility to get around it.
Oklahoma City's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Here's Holmgren. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. They kick it out to Green. Şengün with a screen on Hartenstein. And it's Green missing. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Here's Wallace. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Jalen Green is out there with Whitmore. And it's Thompson in at the 3. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. That 3 off the mark. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Houston. They trail by 3. And that one's good. Whitmore. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 14. From deep. Rebound by Smith. And for Houston, they're shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. And Green slams it in.
Let me tell you this. If you've got a vertical leap of 40 inches like Green, you're just going to be able to glide to the rim like that.
The kick out to Williams. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Here's Whitmore. He's guarded by Williams. The open shot by Şengün. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Whitmore defending. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And Thompson throws it down.
He's so excitable on the floor. You see the kinds of things Smith is capable of doing when he's out there.
Thompson. High post. Şengün. Green against Gilgeous-Alexander. And a miss there on the triple. Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with the screen for Williams. He had a nice open look right there. Williams has got 5.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Green with the screen on George. Here's Whitmore. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Alperen Şengün continues to prove himself, RJ, as one of the game's most promising big men.
Oh, a lot of it is because of his passing ability, Kevin. Shades of Nikola Jokic out there. Having a big man who can distribute like Şengün is a real luxury.
2 on the clock. Another miss by Houston.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Houston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. That's a 2 from Smith. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Man, that jumper of Smith is so nice and a tough one to guard at that because of his size.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren the screen. There's the triple. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And that one's good. Whitmore.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Took him no time at all on that one. That's now 8 points for Williams.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Şengün, no good.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
On the wing, Green. Defended by Dort. Pass to Whitmore. The 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Holmgren wide open. The three-pointer no good. Now Whitmore. He's got 11. Trains the three-pointer. Whitmore's got the lead up to 3 now for the Rockets. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 points. That one goes. 18 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And the game still closely contested as we end the... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Gilgeous-Alexander. Chang is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Caruso in at the small forward position. Easton passes to Brooks. Wiggins against Easton. Pass to Brooks. From the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Rockets lead by 6.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
Wallace, good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Here's Easton. Off target from three-point range. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
Houston moving it around. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Kick out to Adams. In the post, Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And it's good for 2.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Wiggins outside. Back to Chang. Pass to Caruso. For the 3. No good that time. Rockets leading by 6. Easton with it. Whitmore sends a screen for Eason. Yes, that goes in. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Eason finds Brooks. Pass to Tate. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Fires for 3. Rebound by Jang. Thunder trailing by 8. Jacks up a 3. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 7th assist here tonight. Pass to Tate. Outside Adams. And it's Brooks in the corner. Now Eason. To the right side. Here's Whitmore. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Wiggins passes to Caruso. Jang with the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
It gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
The Rockets making a switch here. Green's checked in. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jack. Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Waltz.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc because everyone has a three-point shot now.
Dort against Tate. Outside Williams. This one for 3. Eason grabs the board. And here are the Rockets. 6-point lead. Brooks for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
A shot by Tate with no one around. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. So we see Houston taking the W here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy.
people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the 1. Conley against Green. Conley passes to Edwards. The shot. Eason pulls it in.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Now here's Eason. Thompson, a screen on McDaniels. Throws it up high. Randle with a steal. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Boy, left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter. They get the rebound. Left side, Whitmore. Here's the 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. And here's Edwards outside. Not going to go that time. Houston has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Here's Edwards. Following the score by Houston, hits the trifecta.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
Outside, Green. Thompson outside. Buries it from 3.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Conley. Here's Gobert. Outside McDaniels. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Whitmore.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Conley passes to Randle. Jacks up a 3. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
Yeah, a shot that Randle has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
Thompson outside. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to Green.
2 minutes remaining.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
2 minutes.
Back to Thompson. Over McDaniels. No good with the elbow jumper.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
For 3, Randle. Eason pulls it in. Houston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Got a piece of it. And here's Green from the arc. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. McDaniels from long range. It's rebounded by Şengün. For Houston, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. Now here's Randle. Gobert inside, defended by Şengün. Second shot opportunity. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 5 rebounds in the game. Back to Whitmore. Spins. Thompson outside. Pass to Eason. Thompson outside. Green, a screen. Thompson passes to Green. Up and over Conley. And it's Green missing.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 8 points in the... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
At small forward and power forward, it's Brooks and Smith. Aaron Holiday out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Şengün in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Instead, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
The Rockets trail, and the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul of the game. Steven Adams checked in for the Rockets. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Garza's checked in. Here's VanVleet. Outside for Brooks. And stolen by Edwards. There's the 3. Kept alive. Looking to end this cold spell. And Edwards slams it in.
Hey, good luck stopping Edwards when he puts his head down and attacks the basket.
Brooks from outside. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 3. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards on target.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Smith. All sorts of time. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And the Rockets making a change here. Tate's checked in. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Minnesota. Conley comes in for DiVincenzo.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
The shot by Holiday, no good. The Timberwolves have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Edwards against Smith. Conley passes to Edwards. Outside Reed from downtown. It's rebounded by Houston. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball. Reed against Smith. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Yeah, doing it with speed and style. Edwards putting on a show at the rim.
Smith no good. Minnesota leading by 6. Edwards, the pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. Reed, a screen on Brooks. Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
2 minutes remaining.
Brooks, a screen on Edwards.
2 minutes.
Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. Stolen by Conley. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Here's Edwards cutting inside. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Houston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Again, the miss by Edwards.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Wow. I mean, Smith Jr. displays some power when he zones it on the rim.
And Edwards, good for 3. Edwards has got 22 points.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
And Gobert with a block.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take.
Get up, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Rockets trail by 11. Here's Holiday going inside. Oh, and Reed with a block. Outside Edwards. A quick shot there. It's off target.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Holiday from long range. Another miss by Holiday. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for Minnesota. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Back comes Houston in transition. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, so smart to go to a shooter to finish the fast break. And coach has to like seeing Smith hustle to complete the play.
On the wing, Alexander Walker. And stolen by Holiday. It's tipped. Pass to Edwards. Driving inside. It's hauled in by Houston.
Come on. If you're going to go for the crazy dunk, better finish it.
Here's Holiday. Soft touch off the glass.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back with you shortly. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. And, you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Jaden McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here's Edwards outside. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got 5 assists in the game. Green in the lane.
This is where Green is most effective. He's got a great feel for scoring inside.
It's Edwards on the wing. Whitmore defending. Poke loose. Randle, the pass to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's his first foul of the game. On defense, the Rockets. Trailing by 5. Here's Edwards. No good from the wing.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
Back to Whitmore. Pass to Şengün. Fade away. Another one falls for Houston.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Now here's Şengün. Here's Whitmore outside. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds now. Edwards against Green. Conley looking for an opening. And there's the lob. Edwards hammers it down.
Oh, my. Edwards going way up for that slam.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one too, assuming his countryman Victor Wembanyama doesn't start taking the reins.
Edwards can't hit.
Love the hustle right there. He earned that rebound.
Here's Thompson. Outside for Green. For the lead. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They've led by as many as 11. Conley passes to Edwards. The offensive rebound. From outside the arc. Nails it from 3. Edwards got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
Thompson. And Gobert with a block. And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's foul number 2 for him. All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Smith's checked in. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Conley passes to Edwards. Fires for 3. Smith with the rebound. Rockets trail by 5. Let's go with a 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 11 rebounds in the game. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments. I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Out of bounds. Houston will have it. Steven Adams checked in for Houston. Dylan Brooks comes in for Whitmore. Reed's checked in for Minnesota. DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. Conley against Green. Oh, got a piece of it. Stolen by Reed. And now the T-Wolves on the break. For 3, DiVincenzo. On the wing, Alexander Walker fires the 3. And he can't get that one. Eason with some nice D. And Brooks has got the ball here for the Rockets. 6-point game. Oh, and Reed with a block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed. And Minnesota making a change here. Clark's checked in. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Green finds Smith. Takes a 13-footer. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Smith's got 10 points in the game.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
Randall right side. Outside Reed. Now here's DiVincenzo. The 3-ball. Sends it home from 3-point land. Alexander Walker's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Timber. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Van Vliet and Shepard, they're the guards. At small forward and power forward, it's Brooks and Smith. And it's Şengün in at the 5, down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Now here's Smith. Over Edwards. And it goes straight through with a swish.
Yeah, we're seeing some of that potential everyone is talking about with Smith. Just a talented offensive player.
And the call will be against Fred Van Vliet. That's his first foul. So for the Rockets, Whitmore comes in for Shepard, and Tate is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Edwards. And it's Whitmore with the rebound.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot. Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to have.
Knocked loose. And the foul on Jabari Smith. That's his first foul. Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. Mike Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves.
Substitution on the court.
Edwards against Brooks. Here's DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Edwards got 37.
Yeah, Edwards rarely passes on a chance to get his team points. He loves making an offensive impact.
Back to Whitmore. Picked by Smith. Lets it go from deep. And Whitmore with the 3.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Conley. And Edwards slams it in.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. An open look for Smith. And the Rockets tack on 2 more.
And this is why Jabari Smith went early in the draft. His ability to find shots and, of course, make them too.
Conley passes to Edwards. Ooh, they pick off the pass. Whitmore with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Pass to Brooks. And here's Adams. Clark covers. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 6. The 3, Smith. Another 3 from Houston. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Houston.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
And that deflates the crowd in an instant. Way to take back the momentum.
Smith left side. Over Clark. Smith no good.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense on it.
Houston has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the 4th. Brooks from outside. On target from range. Brooks has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And this team is counting on Brooks in big-time moments. And guess what? Dillon delivers.
Edwards can't hit.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Brooks the pass to Smith. 4-3. Outside Whitmore. Back to Adams. On the wing, Whitmore. Gets to the corner and hits it. Whitmore's got 5 points now this quarter. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Edwards. Edwards rises up and powers it down.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
Nails it from beyond the arc. Edwards has got 44. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Well, another thing to look at is their impressive block numbers. They have not been giving shooters an easy time tonight, knocking away lots of shots.
Outside, DiVincenzo. It's Edwards with a drive. Count it!
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And Edwards slams it in.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Conley passes to Edwards. Back to Conley. Right side Edwards. Another one goes! Incredible!
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. And so it's Minnesota with the W. This was a hard-fought
featuring two of the elite teams in the Western Conference.
Well, if you look through history, Kevin, the Western Conference has been dominant in the NBA. So much talent in this league, but it's been pushed to the left coast just a little bit. Multiple All-Stars and still teams fighting for the playoffs. So this is a huge matchup for us here tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Handle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. From about 19 feet. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good on the assist by Holmgren.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Gobert against Williams. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Williams. Over by Conley. Pass to Hartenstein. Clock at 6. Shoots over McDaniel. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you gotta look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future. And Conley is just so unselfish. He's very willing to give the ball up if it means setting up a teammate.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists in the game. Oh, here's Edwards. 5 points in the game. Sinks the triple. Edwards got 8 points.
Edwards makes it dueling 3-pointers, showing some leadership, getting that one back.
Outside Williams. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Conley's got a great set of skills as a passer. He might not always make the flashy pass, but he will make the smart.
And the shot goes down.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
The Thunder leading by 4. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I did catch up with the Thunder's head coach. And we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So they'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Edwards. He can't get that one. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Williams. He's defended by Randall. Williams can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 6. For 3, Edwards. That one doesn't drop. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Williams gets the bucket.
Well, a solid facilitator. It helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
Mr. Gobert. Over Hartenstein. Gobert, no good. The Thunder leading by 9. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. For Minnesota, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Gobert, no good. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Knocks down the 3-ball. Williams has got 12 in the game.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Lets the 3 fly. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight,
and so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We've got more in store for you right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
On the court for Minnesota, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Anthony Edwards. Then there's Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Ingles with the ball. 3-pointer. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Ingles has got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC. How smooth was that as Gilgeous-Alexander just rising up that time. Great pace.
Ingles passes to Alexander-Walker. For 3, Edwards. Rebound by Williams. Oklahoma City leading by 14. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
Edwards kicks to Conley. Edwards with the screen. Conley, the pass to Edwards. Back to Conley. Outside, Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 5 assists tonight.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let Ant cook.
Pass to Caruso. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. On the 3 off target. Timberwolves trail by 14. Back to Alexander-Walker. Out to Conley. And it's off from 3-point range. The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Hands it from downtown. Conley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And the Thunder with some changes. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Cason Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And then for Minnesota, Julius Randle's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Alexander-Walker. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. The Thunder leading by 11. Here's Wallace. And yes, it's good. Wallace has got his first 2 points. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Conley into the lane. Gobert finds Randall. Good on the three-point shot. Randall's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, Randall keeping you honest here. Not a knockdown shooter from that range, but is showing more and more that he's capable of doing just so.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
And sometimes it's as simple as this. Throw it up anywhere near Gobert, and he's going to finish it.
Over to the left wing. Williams against McDaniel. Williams, that's good. Williams has got 17 now.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Hartenstein. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams' shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Gobert. Gobert. And there's Gobert, putting it right back in. Gobert's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now Conley. And so it's Oklahoma City in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We come back right after this. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Gobert. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
SGA doesn't rely on the 3 to get his points, but man, when it's falling, watch out.
Brett, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
Well, you see the size and the strength and that ability inside. Edwards can play like a power forward at times.
Hartenstein in the high post. Over Gobert. Rebound, Minnesota. Knocks it loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Lets it go with the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Oh, Edwards, and look how far away he is.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Williams, a screen on Conley. The 3. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Conley kicks to Randall. Gobert down low. He's against Hartenstein. Gobert, no good. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. 17 points was their biggest margin. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him. Alex Caruso is checked in for Oklahoma City. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Alexander Walker's checked in.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Conley kicks to Gobert. Randall passes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Conley with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley dishes to Gobert. Odd pass to Conley.
Love the pass there from Gobert. Always nice when your big man feeds his teammates.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. For Oklahoma City, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Outside for Randall. Back to Conley. Lots of room. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you just see that burst. Gilgeous-Alexander, hard to catch him once he gets that first step.
And that one drops for him. Gobert's got 4 points in the quarter. The Thunder lead by 10. Outside Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Oklahoma City's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6, and the shot is good.
Gilgeous-Alexander, some imaginative offense on that play.
And here's Conley outside. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. The Thunder have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Wasted no time on that one. And now it's up to 25 points for Williams.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
The Thunder have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Randall against Caruso. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Caruso. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Jalen Williams making things. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Edwards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Miller. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Reed in at the 5, roaming the paint. It's up a 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo sinks the three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Williams for 3. Rebound by Alexander Walker. It's Edwards on the wing. Wallace covering. The Thunder leading by 14. On the wing, Wallace. Back to Caruso. His three-pointer's off the mark. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Look at Edwards slotting home the 3.
And you have to stay up on Edwards out there, which is dangerous because he's so good at going right around you.
Wiggins kicks to Wallace. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Dort, he's checked in for Wallace. Minnesota also making some changes. Einad's checked in, and Mike Conley subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
A wide open look here for Caruso. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times. Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
That bucket in no time at all. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points in just the second half. Fires the three. Reed misses.
You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 6 rebounds in the game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. And Jalen Williams is subbed in for Alex Caruso. And finished off by Gobert.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Williams from outside, and another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Dort.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Oklahoma City.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field.
Oh, Edwards flies up and finishes the alley-oop.
The stunning athletic ability of Edwards going up high for that alley-oop.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Holmgren can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 13. Gobert with it. Dort covering. Gobert, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Jang, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for Jalen Williams. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Dort. Clark inside. Covered by Joe. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Fires from way outside. The long distance three is buried.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Just 5 on the clock. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability.
certainly, on paper, this game is something of a mismatch, Doris.
Yes, it is, but it's always dangerous when one team is expected to win by a large margin. Because why? Human nature. Can't skip steps. These are still professional basketball players.
Oh, big finish! Oh, did you see that? That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
The ball's knocked loose. Outside for Dort. Hits the trifecta.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And the Rockets with possession. And now we go to Ali LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Mark Dagnall.
We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Great work, Ali. Thanks. Holmgren inside. He's against Smith, and it's Holmgren missing. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Well, you just get to your spot and rise and fire. The confident pull-up from Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Green in the post. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Hartenstein against Şengün. Fades. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's all from three-point range. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Releases from 15. A nice shot by Smith.
Oh, the young man doesn't even blink. In Smith's eyes, the defender was invisible.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. It's rebounded by Şengün.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Thompson. And he can't jam it through. To the left side wing. Hartenstein passes to Williams. Out to the wing. The three from Holmgren. Drops in the three.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
And here's Thompson for three. Hartenstein pulls it in.
I mean, come on, jack that one in the face of some strong defense. Got to think twice about that next time.
Pass to Holmgren. Hartenstein with a screen on Smith. Here's Holmgren. Now Dort. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. Down low. And it's Hartenstein. That time on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Here's Thompson. Launches a three. Drains the triple. Thompson's got 5 now.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Williams from long range. Connects from downtown.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Outside, Green. Thompson against Williams. Thompson passes to Şengün. With the fadeaway. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Yep, count it.
Gilgeous-Alexander has that ability to adjust in midair, take the contact. That is nicely done.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Caruso, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Wallace in for Dort. And the Rockets will go for a different look here. Eason's checked in for Smith. Dylan Brooks comes in for Thompson. Holiday's checked in for Whitmore. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Green. Wiggins for three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside Holiday, and the ball out of play. The Thunder will have it.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
9 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Caruso outside. Oh, with the clock running down, he nails a big shot.
Big shot.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Thunder out in front, up by 10. We've got more in store for you right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
We've got a lot of game left, but boy, they are doing a tremendous job on the offensive glass.
So the Rockets 5 now. We've got Aaron Holiday, Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Dylan Brooks, and it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. Adams checked in for the Rockets. Tate comes in for Van Vliet. And here's Caruso outside. The Rockets pull it in. Here's Adams. Here's Eason. He drops it from range. Eason's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Steven Adams could care less about scoring. In fact, you get the sense he takes more pleasure from passing than scoring. Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Back to Eason. On the wing, Holiday. Watched by Wallace. He shoots. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Wiggins, and he jams it home with authority.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And that one's good for Brooks.
Offensively, Brooks can be just relentless, constantly looking for chances to get his team points.
Wiggins outside. Outside, Williams. No good on the triple. Rockets trail by 7. Adams finds Brooks. Outside Holiday. Jacks up a 3. Counted from distance. Holiday's got his first 3 points of the game.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Taking it inside, SGA.
Boy, delicate touch on that floater by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's pretty.
Eason. And the Rockets hit again from deep. When you look back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because when you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game.
Inside, here's Caruso. Williams from long range. On target from range.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Brooks outside. Eason a screen on Caruso. Outside Tate. Outside Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. It's good. Holiday's got 5.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
On the wing, Caruso. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist with that last one. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Here's Holiday, and there's the drive. Here's Easton. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 9.
And another one from distance. He's hot, and they keep feeding him.
Right side, Williams. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Rockets trail by 4. Knocked away and stolen by Williams. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there. Dort for 3. Offensive board. Hartenstein, three-pointer. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Hartenstein.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Thompson goes in. The shot off that time. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 14. He got it up. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
And if you're just joining in, 1/2 is in the books, 1/2 to go. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the group from Mark Dagnall starting the second half. And there it is for him.
This guy is an absolute scorer from anywhere on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work in the mid-range.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well. We can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you. Here's Green. Here he goes. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
And fighting his way through. Green not afraid in there with the big boys.
Out to the right wing. Here's Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And it's Whitmore missing. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 13-4 run. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. Lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And it's like Green doesn't have an off switch. He's consistent at attacking defenses and drawing whistles.
And Houston making a change here. Şengün's checked in. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
Ooh, stolen by Smith. Here's Whitmore outside. Houston gets it back. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 6 points.
I mean, the motor this kid has is unmatched. Smith goes up with a purpose.
Count it. And the Thunder lead by 18.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Rockets trail by 15. Smith with it, now guarded by Holmgren. Here's Şengün, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. First one falls for him. And the Thunder making a change here. Caruso is checked in. Both free throws good from Şengün. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Thompson with a steal. Into the lane. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got his 5th rebound in this one. Thompson in the post. He's against Hartenstein. And stolen by Williams. And here's Caruso outside. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Caruso's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Green, the pass to Şengün. Lets the 3 fly. Buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
Green finds Smith. Here's Whitmore outside. Dort grabs the miss. Oklahoma City leading by 18. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Green picks him up. And Williams punches it home.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Some room here for Dort. Again, Oklahoma City.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Wiggins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. It's a 22-point lead, the most they've led by. And the call will be against Fred VanVleet. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He has 29 now. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up from the top of the key. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. Alperen Şengün out there with Green. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Dillon Brooks. And it's VanVleet in at the 1.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Williams is checked in for Jang. Green's checked in for the Rockets. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Caruso, the pass to Williams. Offline with a 3. Houston has gone 7 of 14 from the perimeter in this one. Şengün, he's open. Takes a 3. Williams grabs the board.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Back to Wallace. Left side, Williams. 3-pointer off the mark.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
The Rockets again can't hit. Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 3 here in the 4th. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams has gotten his first basket of the night.
I love the throwback basketball. Work it down low and set up your teammate.
Brooks, the pass to Eason. From downtown, Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. The Thunder have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Outside, Green knocks down the triple. Green's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Rockets trail by 16. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. This one for three. Caruso grabs the board. And the Thunder in possession here. 22 was their biggest lead. Wallace misses.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Thunder leading by 16. Outside, Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins down low. Working on Green. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Eason. Brooks outside. Stolen by Caruso. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That'll be a second foul of the game. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. And it's Holmgren missing. Rockets trail by 16. For three, Smith sinks the tray.
Yeah, a prolific score from all three levels. Smith showing off here tonight.
And Oklahoma City shooting it at 52%. Pass to Holmgren. Here's the three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's Thompson for three. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Outside, Williams. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Green covering. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. And he drops that one in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17 points here in the second half.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Thunder.
You love how they push the ball at every opportunity.
Yeah, they really dictated the pace, and it really paid off.
And what a huge performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Dort outside. Şengün with a steal. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Smith outside. Shot clock at 6. The three. Gets the three to fall.
3 points.
20 seconds left in the game. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. 10-point lead. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. A clean win.